Hi everyone, this is going to be the start of my kind of vlogmas. I'm not going to vlog every day because the truth is my life is not interesting enough to vlog every day, and a lot of the time I'm working and I don't even leave the house, so I'm not going to vlog, but I am going to try and make topical videos every day throughout December. That's my plan anyway. Don't hold me to it, but that's my plan. And sooner we'll have my Christmas tree up back here. I just need to find the decorations for it, and then I'm gonna get onto that. But what I thought I would talk to you about is beauty treatments that actually work. I have spoken to you before about things that I've had done, things that I would recommend, and I thought I would go through that list again and just really share with you things that have worked for me. And so and I don't want to like encourage anyone to go and have things done, but it's really if you've got problem areas or issues that you want resolved, these are some things that have worked for me. So the first thing is Botox. I have been having Botox for quite a long time now, and it's something that I would personally recommend. There are downsides to it, you know, you can get brow droop if you go to the wrong person, etc. And I know that they say there are like longer term issues with brow droop if you keep having it done. I personally, Touchwood, so far, Touchwood, haven't had any issues, but I would really recommend it because if you have fine lines, wrinkles, it really softens them. So where I get it in my 11 lines, I get it on my forehead, and I get it around my eyes. It doesn't last very long on me, and I did have one of you saying that maybe I've become too tolerant to it and need to change the toxin, and actually that's a really good point. For me, it only lasts, say, 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months. I haven't had any since July. I actually need to go and have it done again. But I would really recommend it. It's also very good as a preventative. So if you are, say, 30 or something and you're starting to get little fine lines, when you have Botox, it really makes your skin look so smooth, particularly on your forehead. Your makeup sits better, your skin looks healthier. It's just good. It's just good. Botox works. That's one thing about it. It works. The next thing that's really worked for me has been laser treatments. I've filmed all of this over the years. I have had so many different types of laser treatments because of different skin issues. So if you've got pigmentation, if you have skin damage, like sun damage, maybe like I used to get this thing where when I would tan, I still get a little bit now, I need to have laser done on it again, but when I would tan on my décolletage, it would go a little bit blotchy, with kind of like, almost like freckles, but it's sun damage. And laser can get rid of all of that. It can also tighten the skin and shrink pores, whatever your issue is, there is a laser for it. And now I have had PicoSure, which is a really good laser. I've also had, I can't remember the name of the other one that I had, but I have had, what was it called now? Non-ablative fractional laser. And I had that to tighten and to reduce pores. Did it work? Yes. But you have to have a course. You can't just go for one and then you step out and you're like, bang, I look great. You need to have, I would say, a course of at least 3. It can get expensive, but in a lot of places you can pay as you go, and you would normally do one, say, every month. So it lets you break the costs down, but laser really works. The other thing that I've tried, and I tried this years ago, some of you might remember if you've been with me a while, but I tried Cool Sculpting. So Cool Sculpting is basically a treatment where they rapidly cool and heat up fat in target areas of your body. And by cooling and heating, it's a bit like melting butter down. They melt it down and then they massage it after, and it, over time, your body like gets rid of it. Does it work? Yes. I had it done on the tops of my hips. This was probably in 2017. I did it in the video, I showed you it in the video, and I actually measured using a tape measure before and after, and I lost like an inch on the top of each leg because I had the top of each, like the saddlebag area done, and also the top of the hip, and it worked. but I don't remember the results lasting, and they're very slight as well. So although there were results, they were slight and I don't remember it lasting. The other thing that I got with it is I got flu-like symptoms, and when I looked it up online, apparently this is something that can happen because you've got toxins in the fat and your body's trying to get rid of it all in the lymphatic system. So I wasn't like really ill, but I did feel a little bit under the weather, and as I say, I don't know whether that's connected, but when I looked it up online, a lot of people were saying the same thing. So I wouldn't recommend Cool Sculpt, actually. I didn't think it did that much. It's quite uncomfortable to have done. It gets so cold that just when you can't stand the cold, it goes hot. And then just when you can't stand the hot, it goes cold. It's really, was it painful? It kind of is. I just wouldn't recommend it. It didn't really do that much. The next thing I've had done is microdermabrasion, and I actually do this myself now from home. I've got the PMD microdermabrasion tool, which I've had since 2018. It's very good, it really works. Obviously it's not as great as going into a clinic and having it done, but microdermabrasion basically uses tiny aluminium particles to buff off the top layer of your skin, and at the same time there's a vacuum that lifts out any dirt and debris, and the result that you get on your skin after is that you're very clear. It can be done on any skin tone. Like with some lasers, you've got to pick the laser for your skin tone, and any good clinic will be able to do that for you. But with microdermabrasion, anyone can do it. It just gives you very clear skin, and it also reduces pore size temporarily because it removes all of the gunk that's inside them. So microdermabrasion I'd also really recommend. Oh my god, this next one is groundbreaking. If you have oily skin, and if you have in particular enlarged pores, try salicylic acid. I use the Paula's Choice one. I bought it on Amazon. I will link to it below. I started off with the smallest bottle, which is like this big, because I thought I don't want to buy the big one and then it doesn't work, but honestly it's brilliant. I just put some, I don't even use a cotton wool pad. I tip some on my hand and I rub it in, and I do it twice a day, morning and evening, and it has had a dramatic reduction of the size of the pores on my cheeks in particular. Massive, like the results are visible. I can see the results. So try salicylic acid. The Paula's Choice one I personally find to be the best. It's like really pure, it's really good. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn. It's not like a retinol where you can get some like grittiness or peeling after. It doesn't do any of that. It's just brilliant. I also nearly forgot to tell you about the Current Body LED red light, infrared red light mask that I've been using. I've been using this now for a couple of years and it's very effective. I have done a video on this though, and it's probably better if you just go and watch that video because I explained so much in that, so I will link to it below. Microneedling is also fantastic. So years ago, when I was a teenager, I went out and I fell on my face and I ended up with a scar just down here. I don't have that scar anymore, and it's because I had microneedling over the course of several weeks, several months. Microneedling is basically where they use microneedles. It's like a stamp, what I had. It also comes as a roller if you want to do a bigger area. But for me, it was a little stamp with loads of shallow needles in it. It hurts. It's not particularly around the lip area. It really stung. But what it does is it damages the skin, and it makes it makes your skin repair itself. And if you keep having it done, it helps with collagen, it helps with your skin turnover. It's just excellent. On the top of the lip, as I say, they use the stamp. The stamp's probably like as big as the end of my pen, and it had the little needles on it, and they just went over, and it got rid of the scar. I don't really have a scar there anymore. There's a little indentation, but that was there anyway from where the scar went in. But actually, in terms of having a scar, I don't have one anymore, and I would really recommend it. And then the final thing that I've done, and this is like, this one is invasive, but if this is an issue for you, I'm just going to talk from my personal experience. So I had breast augmentation several years ago now, and honestly it was the best thing I've ever spent my money on. And the reason being is that I didn't have any chest before. My chest looked very deflated, and I swim a lot, and I used to feel so self-conscious, you know, because my chest looked deflated. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident. Beach holidays I used to dread. Oh my gosh, I used to really, really dread it. Just going swimming, anything like that, going in the jacuzzi, I used to literally be a bit like this, because it was such an issue for me. And then I was watching the TV one day, and it was like a botched type program, and there was a doctor on there who fixed people. And I was watching it in bed one day, and I said to David that evening, I was like, I'm going to go to this guy. He was in the UK, and I thought, I feel comfortable with him. He's fixing people on this program where people are all messed up. I feel like I can trust him. So I booked an appointment. He was just fantastic. Like, from the minute I saw him, I thought, this is the person for me. I felt very comfortable. He was very knowledgeable. He told me everything I needed to know. I had under the muscle implants, and I had circular implants, not the teardrop shaped ones. And he told me what I needed. And it's all based on your physique and your broadness and the width of your cup as to the size that goes in. Like, I didn't want really big ones. That was like a key thing. I wanted fullness, but I didn't want like out here or anything. And he was just so good. The pain aspect, it did hurt. When I came round after, so it probably took me about 2 months to be able to get back into the gym fully, lifting weights, particularly on my upper half. When I had it done, because they went under the muscle, I couldn't lift my arms, and I couldn't even cut my food because it hurt so badly across here. So David used to cut my food up for me, and I used to be like this, trying to eat it, like with the fork. The pain lasted, I would say about 2 weeks. And then it just felt very bruised. And actually, you know, the only painkillers they gave me were ibuprofen. I didn't take anything stronger than ibuprofen. And it was adequate. It was fine. I got through it. I didn't tell people at first that I'd had it done, because I felt like it was a vanity thing. And you might be watching this going, that's a vanity thing. That's your opinion. I did it for me. I did it because I felt uncomfortable, self-conscious, and I also wanted to be able to wear strapless dresses and not have to worry about the dress falling down or slipping down. And now I can wear strapless dresses, no problem. And they're banging, you know. I really am so pleased with how they turned out. So would I recommend it? I would. If you are self-conscious, if you're thinking about doing it, I did it a long time ago so what I did was I saved up a large deposit, and then I paid the rest of it on an interest-free that the hospital was offering. So I paid it over a year. So the whole operation was like 3,000 or 4,000, and I saved 3,000, and then I put the extra 1,000 on the interest-free and paid it off bit by bit each month for 1 year. And you don't have to have a deposit as big as that. You can do a lesser one. Depends on your hospital, but that's what I personally did. And it was just like one of the best things I've done. So I'm really, really pleased that I've done that. So they're all things that I would really recommend as things that give you good results. They are things I've tried and tested, and I can come on here and be like, yes, it works. And it's very good. And I hope if you've watched this, maybe just for entertainment reasons, or maybe because you're looking to have one of these things done, I hope that this has been of interest and has been helpful in some way. Thank you all for watching. Come back tomorrow, because there's going to be another video tomorrow. All through December, I'm going to be doing videos, so come and check back then. If you do want to watch another one right now, I'm going to put one here and one here, and you can click away and come and join me. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.